across the windswept solitude of eastern Oregon's plains, through ancient canyons sculpted by time and water, over rugged trails that shadow the mighty Owyhee River. Join John and me as we continue on through this vast landscape to seek refuge in the cleansing waters of the Three Forks Warm Springs on this final chapter of the Owyhee Canyonlands. All right, well, I'm just taking a walk to see if I can get to the edge of the Owyhee River. We parked the cars back there, and now I'm just walking over all this sagebrush, grass. It doesn't look like there's much, but I think I see a little start of a canyon. All right, I walked up to the edge of the Owyhee River in this little canyon, or huge canyon, that the Owyhee River's flowing through. It's pretty amazing. I couldn't see any of this. I was just walking over like grasslands, and then all of a sudden the edge dropped. And here we are at the Owyhee River. That's amazing. What a nice little surprise. Hop on board as we take flight over the beautiful Owyhee River. Alright, well, we packed up and we got back on the trail, and what are we doing? We're going down. We're going to go down through the Pillars of Rome, go through Rome and get some gas, and then head down to the Three Forks Hot Springs. Feed the fish, John. They love Doritos. Amazing. The Pillars of Rome. Well, overall I say the Pillars of Rome was a bust. Now we're on our way out to the hot springs, and we're taking the road that everyone says we shouldn't take.
Here we go.
Saw a coyote just dash across the trail. It's kind of a big coyote.
gotta say, this has been some of the most interesting terrain that I've seen. The Owyhees are really impressive. We are headed south to the hot springs, and I am excited because I've been eating Brian's dust for a lot of yesterday and today, and I could use a bath.
More wildlife than usual on this trip. Lots of deer. Last night we were inundated with owls around that camp spot where we were by the marsh. This is a long trail to get out here. Grass and sagebush hills as far as the eye can see. Almost there. The grasslands on the plateau seem to go on forever, but now we begin to make our descent into the river canyon. The trail is getting rockier and more technical, forcing us to slow our pace as the scenery gets better and better. We're excited to see what lies ahead. This next section is definitely the crux of the trail.
Passenger, yeah. Passenger. Oh no, you're going up there?
It doesn't look like much on camera, but it's steep and rocky, with the lower part slightly off camber pushing you towards the edge. After hours of traversing the grassy plains, we have finally arrived. We cross the river to find ourselves in an unbelievable setting. Three Forks Warm Springs. This place has to be seen to be believed. It's like a fairy tale, an absolute paradise. As we make our way across the river, the cold water gets warmer and warmer on our feet as we inch closer to the springs. It's clear and clean, and a sight for sore eyes after a week on the dusty trails. It's hard to believe places like this still exist, but they do. They sit day after day just waiting for the next adventurous soul to discover them. I can't help but think of the generations of people who have come here to bathe in these crystal clear waters. All the memories that have been made at this special place, and now we are here making memories of our own that will last a lifetime. There's no better way to end a trip than to soak in a waterfall heated by the earth. All the challenges of the week melt away and we're left with nothing but smiles and the satisfaction of another unforgettable expedition in the books. Okay, we got our camp spot and we went in hot springs and it was amazing. We feel super refreshed from the hot springs. I guess I should say warm springs because it wasn't super hot, but it was nice and warm. We're guessing maybe, what did you say, John, 90?
I'd say it's about 88.5.
He says 88.5. I say 90. But anyways, what a great experience that was. I mean, you couldn't build it any nicer. Beautiful natural infinity pool overlooking the Owyhee River. So now we are setting up camp. It's dark out, as you can tell. But we are going to, I think we're going to cook some beef fried rice for dinner and enjoy the rest of our night, last night in the Owyhees. It's just like Benihana, John.
Yeah. Owyhee hibachi. Wow. Do you do the choo-choo train from an onion? Choo-choo.
The volcano?
So I take it you're a fan of the skillet instead of a pan.
Yeah, just because it's bigger.
Yeah.
And then in the morning you can do like hash browns over here and eggs over here. Cockroaches or spiders?
Ugh. Can't stand cockroaches. Fuck, those are awful.
All right, John.
Brian?
Trip ranking?
You know, I've given this a lot of thought. I don't know how many trips we've been on. A few. I'm gonna rank this last. Too many rocks, a lot of dust, not a lot of trees. If you like trees, don't come. Warm Springs wasn't even really that warm, so just forget everything you've seen in this video. The camera makes it look a lot cooler than it is. It's not a lot of fun. Don't come. Because really, when you think about it, I mean, like, overlanding it's wasteful and it's hurtful on the environment. Less people should do it. So when we come out here and we're in the middle of nowhere and we're the only people in the campsite, that's when these epiphanies come. That it would make everything a lot worse if other people were here too. So just let Brian and let us do the camping, and we'll make more videos and let you know how it is. But Owyhee's 1 out of 5 stars, and would not recommend.
Well, there you have it. So Owyhee's was a bust. This is not really, I mean, you know, next time we'll go someplace better, John.
Okay. There's a reservoir over by my house that has some gravel we can camp on.
Oh yeah, I heard they had some pretty good bluegill in there.
You know what else? It has Wi-Fi, yeah, it has Wi-Fi, and there's a 7-Eleven. And those are things that I didn't find one time on this trip.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so I wouldn't come to the Owyhee's. They say all good things must come to an end. And so too must our adventure to the Owyhee Canyonlands. A place where cell signals fade and water carves its patient paths through stone. Through fire-scarred plains and ancient lava fields, past bleached bones and blooming life. Each mile deepened not just our understanding of this landscape, but the bonds of friendship forged in shared challenge and a love for nature. As we leave these canyons behind, I'm reminded that some journeys change more than just our location. They can also shift our perspective. And in a world of mindless connectivity, there are still places wild enough to make us feel beautifully and perfectly small. And sometimes, that's exactly what we need to feel whole again. Out here where the horizon stretches beyond imagination, we start to see things differently. Our world shrinks to what fits in our vehicle, yet somehow expands infinitely in what matters most. We realize we don't need that expensive coffee maker or those designer whatevers. Just a reliable vehicle, food and water, and maybe a warm blanket or two. The perceived urgency of everyday life fades against the real urgency of finding safe passage through a storm or securing camp before nightfall. Social media likes mean nothing compared to the way a friend's headlights in your rearview mirror make you feel safe, connected, and truly supported. It's through experiences like these that we realize true wealth isn't in your bank account. It's in having the freedom to chase these distant horizons and someone willing to chase them with you. Sometimes we need to drive 1,000 miles from civilization to understand what actually civilizes us. Not our possessions, but our connections to the earth, to each other, and to what really matters. I'm Brian from Los Burros Overland, and until next time, we'll see you down the trail. Adios.